It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast. On this, the 20th day of October 2023, coming to you from a little bit of a rainy Bedford County, Virginia. Not a whole lot, just a little. Enough that I had to make sure my chair was good and covered up and, that kind of thing. I probably will end up going out someplace today before it's over with, but we'll see. We do have a bunch of headlines today, quite a few stories to end the week. 3 Norwegian ships forced to change itineraries. Celebrity ship delayed on return to Homeport. A cruise ship fire injures 1. Disney expands wearable tech to a 4th ship. Royal Princess debuts in New Zealand. NCL sails from Asia for the first time in 3 years. Of course, a weather update and lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Chicken and Waffles Day. This is not my idea of a meal. Don't get me wrong. I love chicken and I love waffles, but I don't want to put them together. Whether it's on a cruise ship, because one of the cruise ships has a chicken and waffles in their southern restaurant, or it's just at any restaurant I happen to be at, I'm not going to eat chicken and waffles. I'll eat one or the other and be happy as a clam. But I don't like to mix. I don't just the thought of mixing that doesn't do much for me. If you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome here. You can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net. Usually within 15 minutes or so of the end of the live broadcast, it's up on all the networks, so you can access it. Anytime that you're watching or listening to the podcast and want to jump over to the video feed, there's always a link in the description of the podcast, so you can do just that if you want to see pictures or clips or interviews that I'm doing on that day's show. But all you have to do is search for travel and cruise industry news on any of the big hitters. It doesn't matter. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Pandora, TuneIn, Spotify. Just search for travel and cruise industry news and up pops the fat travel guy. So, podcast still is producing tremendous numbers for this channel. It helps in the channel's growth, even though you guys are not necessarily following me on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. But the podcast audience has become a major portion of my show. I don't know if our friend Dennis will be with me today or not. In case he is, Dennis, last night, for the second night in a row, following your instructions for my homework, I had fafali with a nice bolognese sauce. So I'm waiting to get your critique on my Italian. If you haven't already done so, folks, smash that thumbs up button. That helps the channel out a bunch. If you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. We do this 5 days a week, and then I try to keep up with things on the weekend, just in case something happens, and I'll go live again on the weekend. Do have a couple things to run over before we get to the weather today. Our friend Carrie, I'm going to have Carrie on the show as soon as I get her back to someplace normal time-wise for us to do this. But she got into Auckland, New Zealand, and then she's flying from Auckland to Sydney and had a whole day to spend in Auckland. She went up to the tower and got just gorgeous views of Auckland from the tower. But anyway, she's going on to Sydney probably about this time, as a matter of fact. So, all right. The Cruise Boys, remember they were on the show? Wow, over a year ago now. They're going on Wonder of the Seas today. Katie's cousin, Johnny Quinlan, Johnny is starting a new venture, wrestling elephants. He's over in Bangkok, and he's going to try to compete with the WWE. Johnny's elephant wrestling. He'll kill me. That's okay. Emily, on the other hand, she's got her crash helmet on there in case the ducks attack her. And my partner Sylvia is over there in London at the King's Cross platform 9 3/4. Those of you that follow those stories that I never cared about know what that is. All right. So let's look at the weather before we get to the news, because everybody knows that we do have some weather issues going on right now. There's not a great deal of change from yesterday, although there's been some movement. In the Atlantic, Tammy is forecast. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Tammy's forecast to become a hurricane, potentially bringing hurricane conditions to a portion of the Leeward Islands by tomorrow. She's about 100 miles northeast of Barbados and about 185 miles east-southeast of Martinique. Sustained winds are currently 60 miles an hour. She's moving west-northwest at 8. Pressure is 1,000. Hurricane watch is in effect for Guadalupe, Antigua, Barbuda, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, St. Martin, and St. Bart's. The center of Tammy will move near or over portions of the Leeward Islands tonight and tomorrow, and then move north of the northern Leeward Islands on Sunday. Data from a recent Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter mission indicate the maximum sustained winds are remaining about 60 with higher gusts. Gradual strengthening is forecast during the next couple days, and Tammy is expected to be at or near hurricane intensity while it moves near or over the Leeward Islands. And then, in all likelihood, folks, it's going to bend off to the north and probably miss everything. It's the way it's looking now, which of course is a good sign. Once it gets through the leewards there and gives some rain you probably get some rain in most of the islands, but it's going to, I think, probably go substantially east of the Bahamas and east of Bermuda and not cause any major damage. A little different story in the Pacific, as Norma is bearing down on Baja. Heavy rains and flash flooding expected in southern Baja California Sur during the next couple of days. Tropical storm conditions are expected by tonight. Now, currently, it's a Category 3 storm. It's still about 200 miles west of Manzanilla, 295 miles south-southeast of Cabo. It's moving at 7 miles an hour to the north-northwest at 115 miles an hour. Pressure's still at 955. Norma is forecast to approach the southern portion of Baja California Sur tonight and Saturday. Maximum sustained winds have decreased to about 115 miles an hour. It's still a Category 3, but it looks like that may be waning now, and gradual weakening is expected during the next couple days as it gets to the Cabo area. Still possibly will have landfall of something. Don't know if it's going to be at hurricane strength. It could be dropped back down to storm strength. Just going to have to play that one by ear. In the meantime, it's causing all kinds of surf problems, wind problems, high tide problems, and lots of rain all up and down the western coast of Mexico and Baja California. So, got to keep your eye on that. Then south of that, the other system, we just got to watch. They're talking about 30% chance over the next 48 hours and 80% chance over the next 7 days. It's still a little disorganized, but it's starting to tighten up. So you're probably going to see a depression before the weekend's over with. And then who knows? It could go on and become a hurricane. We'll just have to watch it and see. And like I've said numerous times, man, I'll be glad when this season is over with. I am tired of talking about the weather every day. So, all right. I'll be back with today's news after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. And the top story today, folks, comes from our friends over at Norwegian. Matter of fact, I got Norwegian several places. The Isle of Man's cruise season ended early this year due to adverse weather conditions. A significant autumn storm, Babette, is battering the eastern coast of Scotland, with the effects being felt on the Isle of Man in the Irish Sea between UK and Ireland. The Norwegian Star, which arrived in Douglas Bay, Isle of Man, early yesterday, had to depart earlier than planned. The cruise ship with 2,200 passengers, 1,000 crew members on board was scheduled to stay until 7 p.m. However, the choppy waters caused by Storm Babette, which is causing significant issues on the east coast of Scotland, made it unsafe for tender boats to operate. The storms surrounding the British Isles have not only impacted the Isle of Man, but are causing disruptions for other cruise ships in the region, which primarily operate cruises to Spain, Portugal, and the Canary Islands at this time of year. Norwegian Star has since departed towards her next port of call, which is Dublin, and will sail to Cork Island and Portland in the UK before arriving in Southampton on October 23rd. The Star departed on her 10-night cruise to the British Isles on October 13th. Meanwhile, both the Norwegian Sky and the Norwegian Joy have canceled their planned port visits to Philipsburg and St. Martin, scheduled for today. Confirmation of the cancellation comes directly from Port St. Martin, noting that the cancellations are due to tropical storm, soon to be hurricane storm Tammy. At this time, the port remains open for cargo and shipping operations, but the operational adjustments may be necessary depending on the overall weather and sea conditions. So, Sky and Joy are getting the hell out of Dodge. All right, Celebrity has delayed one of its ships getting back to the Homeport. Celebrity Silhouette has been delayed due to rough weather and will not return to Southampton. As a result, the next sailing will have a slightly delayed embarkation, and guests are awaiting word about how to adjust their arrival at the cruise port. All right, now we can really get rid of weather. A cruise ship fire occurred in the engine room of the Ocean Navigator, a small 286-foot-long ship operated by American Queen Voyages while she was docked at Portland Harbor's Ocean Gateway Terminal in Maine. The incident, which happened around 7:30 a.m. yesterday, resulted in the injury of one crew member who sustained serious enough wounds to be transported to a local hospital. American Queen Voyages has made the difficult decision to cancel the October 19th sailing from Boston to St. John due to a combination of the recent mechanical issues caused by the generator fire, as well as adverse weather conditions forecast for the upcoming weekend. So, a cruise gets canceled. All right, from our friends over at Disney, they've actually expanded now and are rolling out the Disney Band to its fleet with Disney Wish, Disney Fantasy, and Disney Magic already equipped with the wearable technology. Now, guests sailing on board the Disney Dream will be able to utilize the convenient wristband for sailings beginning November 20th, leaving just one ship without the capability. Disney Band offers guests simplicity and hands-free convenience with the waterproof wristband that serves as a stateroom key, account card for onboard purchases, and access key for exclusive view spaces such as Disney's Oceaneer Club and Scuttle Cove at Castaway Cay. The bands cost $34.99 for a solid color and $44.99 for a theme design, such as your favorite Disney character, the cruise line logo, or other choices. Shipping costs are included in the price, and all bands come with a charger. It's kind of interesting that the Disney program, that's something that has to be charged, and Princess on the medallion. I don't know if it gets us over this far or not. I can't. Anyway, there it is. The medallion from Princess doesn't have to be charged. Wonder why Disney didn't go that way. I don't know. All right, the next story today. Royal Princess made her debut in New Zealand yesterday as the ship prepares for a busy summer season. Of course, that's summer in the Southern Hemisphere. Additionally, 4 other Princess vessels are slated to visit the country this summer as well. Together, these 5 ships are expected to welcome more than 100,000 visitors to the stunning island nation of New Zealand. And the other story from Norwegian today, for the first time in over 3 years, Norwegian is returning to the Asian market and sailed a ship yesterday, as a matter of fact, with the departure of the Norwegian Jewel on an 11-day voyage from Tokyo. The ship will sail a series of 16 unique itineraries with a choice of 9 embarkation ports. Keep in mind, to get there, she sailed from Vancouver, I think, to go to Tokyo. And by the way, Hot Air Tom's sister's was on that ship. I don't know if she stayed over there and sailed the next one or not, but she was on the Trans-Pacific. Had to dodge a typhoon, missed a port of call because of a typhoon to get to Tokyo. But it's there, and they're going to sail in Asia for the first time in 3 years. Congratulations to Norwegian. Congratulations for getting that market opened up. That's going to be a hot ticket now for once they getting everything back opened over there again. So that'll be a bucket lister for a lot of you guys. All right, let's go see who's fussing at me in the chat room. Hot Air Tom is here, watching from a United Club Lounge in Newark International. All right, Hot Air. Safe travels, my friend. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nick. Steve's with us. One of these days, Steve, I'll talk to you about your cruise on the Koenigsdam. I'm actually working two sides of the street on this one, my friend. Just thought I'd throw that out. But it's maybe. It's a maybe that I might be joining you. Hot Air Tom says, hi to Nikki. Cruise time, Hot Air says. Robert's with us. Good morning, Robert. Today is the M&G with Bruce. Oh, meet and greet with Bruce. He is buying dinner. I'm surprised at that. There's Dennis. Hi, Dennis. Missed you the last couple of days. Kenneth says, good morning to everybody. Tom, have you been to Burger Joint on West 56th? Best burgers in New York. Yeah, that's good to know. Not yet. I'll have to look for if a travels take me up there. Hotel is on West 44th. And I'm doing shows at 3 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Nikki says, say hi to TWB for her. Mostly packed. What shows will you see? He's seeing a couple. I don't know if he'll put the answers in there. I'm feeling like I'm on a cruise and the forward thrusters are maneuvering us into a port. Must be a jet humming loudly near the lounge. He says Saturday he sees 6 and Sunday Back to the Future. Still working for email ticket for Saturday. I hope it shows up. Okay, Dennis says, read the comments for your vids. Farfalle. Bolognese. So I swallowed too much. A reminder that GN is pronounced NY as in lasagna and montaña. Same as the N in Spanish as in mañana. Okay. All right. So farfalle and bolognese. There we go. Bolognese. All right. I was close. Closer than I normally am. Amy's with us. Good morning, Amy. Good to see you today, too. If you like Thai food, there's a fantastic Thai restaurant, 1D Siam, nearby on 9th Avenue between 52nd and 53rd Streets. I recommend takeaway because it's too tiny and not accessible. Wow, goodness gracious, there's Pittsburgh Jason. Hi, Jason. Funny, I have a cousin who lives in the Orlando area, and he posted pictures of Back to the Future earlier this week. He took his wife and 2 girls. Say it was excellent. Good for them. Hot Air says, we miss you, Jason. Jason says, I'm so busy, sorry. Amy doesn't miss him. Why not? We all miss you, Jason. The TWB meet and greet is at Outback Steakhouse, and Bruce is paying surf and turf, or if Kirk is correct, he was probably a Happy Meal. Order this. Kanam G chicken saute with extra peanut sauce, Tom K Koi coconut soup with chicken, beef salad, barbecue chicken, pad thai with prawns, pad see chicken, Penang curry. Good Lord, that's the whole menu. Chillie Falls, what deck are you on for the Conquest? Well, let me see. Quite frankly, I don't remember. That's November. I can tell you real quickly, though, I think I can get that pulled up relatively quickly. That's November the 10th. And should change guest accommodation, carnival freedom, guest access, booking number. 6311. I'm in 6311, Jason. That's it was the only accessible stateroom I could get when they booked it. So I guess I'm on deck 6. Norwegian Sky. I thought they scrapped that ship. No. Sky and Sun are both sailing. Yeah. The Disney band is interactive. Wait a minute. I lost it. There it is. The Disney band is interactive. The other bands are just a chip. Okay. Like your bank card. When were you on Princess Chillie? In Alaska. I sailed on August 25th from Anchorage. No, August 28th. August 28th from Anchorage to Vancouver. I went up on the Nordam, came back on the Sapphire Princess. Emily says, we got rainy day all day today. Says, hello, Chillie and the gang. Hot Air says, you cruising with Chillie soon? Yes, it's coming up in November. Looking forward to it. Emily says, finally, Jason is here. See, Jason, everybody misses you. Safe travels, Hot Air. Hope you brought your umbrella. Tom taking the train into Manhattan. Bolognese. I did it better. Yeah. Bolognese. My tongue has trouble with some of this. Farfalle. I don't know. Hot Air Danny DeVito has a new play called I Need That. It's in a roundabout theater. Outback Steakhouse in Manhattan. Yeah. I have a back-to-back on Sky next September, Baltimore to Quebec, then to New York. Oh, Jason's on 7. Okay. I got our Amtrak tickets for the trip to Baltimore in business class, waiting for United to post the return date in their schedule. Chillie, read the comments from your vids. Oh, I always do, Dennis. Always do. Now we all need to give Cindy a good train time shout out to Cindy. The train is fun. Okay, Cindy, the train is fun. I haven't been on that one, but I'll say it's fun. After the show, I'll be doing the New Jersey Transit to Penn Station for the first time, learning how to do it. Okay. Roll the R. Yes, I know. Oh, Outback Steakhouse in Secaucus, not in Manhattan. Who goes to New York to eat at Outback? I agree. That's like eating at Olive Garden in Times Square. Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up today. Don't forget, tonight at 6 o'clock, I'm going to be doing the hosted solo cruise show where I've invited everybody from the December 2nd Norwegian Escape cruise and from the January 28th Norwegian Epic cruise, just to join me for some chat and some of the things I'm going to be doing. I think Pete might be there as well. He's been on the Epic. I have not. So he's going to give some firsthand opinions of the Epic. But we'll have some fun. I haven't done this for almost a month now to these guys, and it's time to get back to keeping everybody informed on what we're going to be doing, what I'm planning on doing as a host, and et cetera, et cetera. So, Hot Air says, my tongue does not roll letters. I will just agree to mispronounce all the words. No, I'm trying to learn. I really am. And I really did think I had a pretty good shot at these last two, and I didn't do near as well as I thought. But I appreciate what Dennis does for me. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I hope everybody has a terrific weekend and a great day today. And if you're available, join me tonight at 6. We can. It's whether you're on those cruises or not. Just everybody stop in. That'd be fine. Have a cocktail. I probably will, and we'll have a sip as we chat about cruising. All right, guys. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas, just like Jason and I are going to do here in about a month from now. We'll see everybody soon. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry, so if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.